Hey there, friends! Welcome to Bronze Medal Moms, the podcast where we aren't going for gold, we're going for bronze on the daily. I'm Amy.
And I'm Amanda, and we are here to remind you that you don't have to be perfect to show up, survive, and even thrive in motherhood. Wait a second, Amy, is that a new sweatshirt? Because you're looking like the coziest chaos queen I've ever seen.
Well, thank you. I actually got it from this new exclusive brand, Bronze Medal Moms. Have you ever heard of it?
Oh, that's so weird because I also happen to have this adorable mug that says Bronze Medal Moms.
Stop. I heard that one's limited edition. It's only available to moms who survive school drop off without crying or cussing.
So, like, 6 of us.
Exactly.
Seriously, though, guys, our Bronze Medal Moms merch is now officially available.
Yes, our listeners asked for it and we delivered.
Our sweatshirts and tees are so comfy, funny, and perfect for moms who are proud to make it to the podium but don't need that spotlight.
And our cereal for dinner cloth bag is a must have for all.
I love that one. So grab your sweatshirt, trucker hats, or a mug and wear it proudly and let everyone know you're doing okay and that's enough.
And give a gift for that next holiday party. We even have scented candles that are perfectly usable but very hilarious.
So shop now before we forget to restock. Hey, Amy, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How was your week?
Moving right along, girl. We're knocking stuff out. We're ready. Life is good. I got
I
no
love it.
complaints. How about you?
I got back from a girls' trip.
That's right. The
Right?
girls' trip.
I know. I love a girls' trip. I love them. And this was actually a really good girls' trip.
It was because they can go south.
They can go south really
They
quick.
can go south, but I really think it's necessary. They always say things like this. There's always these like posts or things that say, you know, you're going to have your husband, you love your husband, but really the long term, you're going to outlive your husband. Those long term relationships with strong female friends are so important.
So important. And listen, men, if you have a problem with a girls' trip and you don't I'm rolling my eyes as I say this. If you don't let your wives or your partner go on them, you need to get over it. And if you are with someone who doesn't like it, listen, I'm not the friend to talk to them because I'll tell you, like I'll give you the advice because
First of all, your husband doesn't let you do
exactly.
anything.
That's a whole other podcast
That's not the
episode.
phrase right there.
Right. But listen, no one understands a fellow woman like a woman. Like no one
Yes.
understands what you're going through. Your husband can be the most amazing husband in the world, but he still is never going to be able to understand you like another woman can. And
Yes.
they're just for recharging and belly laughing, and only other women can understand that. But there are some like rules to a girl's trip, and you're right, they can go south.
Yeah, they can go south fast.
Yeah. But it's a place to reconnect and kind of remember who you are outside of carpools and laundry and lunches and spreadsheets, right?
Who you were before you had kids, who you
Yeah.
were that honestly, it's interesting having, a tween daughter now and watching her build these friendships and remembering who I was with these friendships and I see her making some mistakes that I let her make and then I'm like, I made that same mistake. And it's wonderful to think about and then also I had 3 girls in my bridal party.
Mhm.
3 besides my sister. My sister was my maid of honor, and then I had 3 bridesmaids. One was my roommate in college,
Mhm.
and the other 2 I had known one since diapers and the other since kindergarten.
Mhm.
And we're still friends and still close. And those women know me like no other person. And when we get together, it is like, and we all live in different cities, some even in different states. But when you get together, it's like you haven't even skipped a beat.
Yeah.
And you're like, yep, here we are again.
Yeah.
Like we're 18.
Oh, love it. And it doesn't have to be fancy girls trips. Sometimes it's just like a couple of girls, a hotel room, and a big Costco size bag of Boom Chicka Pop. Like, and honestly, this is where also we share things. Like one of the girls who was just on this trip, and I'll tell you about the trip in a minute, She sent me the pajamas she had on because I love them. She let me borrow her cakes, which are like the nipple covers. They're
Oh, I've heard about those.
yes, and these under eye patches. So like we also share things like that on these trips that are really useful. I don't know. I'm just so pro girls trip. Like I love them.
I will
Um,
say, even the ugly ones that have that I'm like, whoa, what just happened?
oh,
It something I still left feeling more full, and my cup was full, and I felt better, and I feel great. I felt more alive and excited to go back to my family because I got that time with my
you
girlfriends.
got recharged. Well,
Yeah,
I
even on
went
the
on,
bad ones.
well, no, I went on one once to Napa that I planned and I organized, and it was so awful that I really kind of swore off large groups of women traveling together. Like I've
Okay,
gone
how
on,
many girls was a large group in Napa?
that
Because
was
I
10.
had a Napa trip that was great.
That was 10. But
I
only
would say we were about close. I think we were about eight of us in Napa. And the interesting thing was we came in and on different days because of schedule, but then
yeah.
so like some stayed longer, some stayed later.
Yeah.
But we had a great trip. And it was hot as can be in Napa, so it was like 100 degrees, 120 drinking wine, which wasn't
Oh,
great, but
no, that's not great. But no, like, so it's the large, and you also, so maybe we get into like some rules of girls' trips, but you've got to, one, so I've gone on girls' trips with like two, three, four, five women that are great. But you
yeah.
also, you need to know this trip to Napa was 10 women. I had traveled with a couple of them. Some of them I'd never been anywhere with before. And that's a problem. Like
Like you don't know how they travel.
you don't know how they travel. You think you do. I mean, one of the women complained the whole time about wine, and I'm like, why in the heck did you come on a Napa trip? Like she was even rude at the winery. We went to
Like that
Robertson's.
she didn't like wine?
Exactly. And we'd been planning this trip in a
She
group
went
chat.
to Napa?
Yeah, we'd been planning this in a group chat for like months and months. Everyone knew what was happening. We were doing the wine train in Napa. Then we were going to Robert Sinsky for a private tasting and like a food pairing. And I was mortified when we get to Sinsky and like the winemakers come out and start telling us about it. And one of the girls on the trip, she set it up because she's a member there and it's like her favorite wine.
Yeah.
This girl was so rude. She looked at the winemaker and was like, I don't drink wine. I'm going outside. And she got up and left. And we were all mortified. I'm like, why did you come? Why?
Why'd you come on this trip?
Why'd you come on this trip? So, I mean, it was just, and then it just like spiraled and like it was awful. I was like, I will never do this again. But this trip was 8 women. I did not plan it. This was not my trip. A friend of mine, her and her sister-in-laws actually planned it, and I just got to be invited. But it
That's
also
the
was
best.
it was the best. But it's also women I didn't know. I knew three of them. Some of them I kind of like I knew of her sister-in-laws, but I'd never ever traveled with them. And then two were complete strangers that I'd never met before.
They all blended, all
They
lovely.
all blended because you have to have rules of girls' trips that I've learned now.
That's
Um,
true. So I've had a lot of girls' trips that go great. I will say one of my tips for the girls' trip is I do know that I always make sure that my one friend is included or my either my college roommate or my sister are included because they are planners and they will plan the entire thing and I don't give a crap what we do. I just want to be away. I don't care if it's on a beach, I don't care if it's on a mountain. I don't care. I just want
right.
time with girls. I do not care what's happening. So but I know these two women will plan it and they also know that I am along for the ride. Every time that we're out and they're like, "Do you want to go do this?" I'm like, "Don't care.
Yeah.
Don't
See,
care.
you are the perfect
Don't
person to
ask me."
invite on a girls' trip. You're the perfect one. Like,
Right.
because,
I don't care.
yeah, it's great. You got to go with the flow. You got to go with the flow.
But so
Um,
this one trip we went skiing
mhm.
and so much fun. It was actually, was that I don't remember if that was a ski trip or a girls trip or it might have been a bachelorette party. I think it might have been a combo. I don't know. Anywho, we go and this one girl, every time we got one run down the mountain, one run. She was like,
Yeah,
I'm good. I'm going in. And I was like, okay, like, I don't care. You can
right.
go in all you want.
Yeah.
But it was notorious. Like, she never went skiing. And I was like, okay, well, skiing's just not for you. Like, my husband doesn't like skiing. He takes a ride to the top and has chili in a bread bowl and is sound as a pound. But she never skied. But then on the flight back, she looked out the window and she's like, God, don't you miss skiing? And I'm like, but you didn't ski.
But as long as no one
Yeah, what
cares,
you're missing.
but yeah, but as long as no one cares and she doesn't care that you guys are skiing, that's the key. That's the
She liked her alone time, so I mean, I guess it was fine. Like,
key.
I don't understand what you think you're missing out on. You didn't ski the entire time.
Well, the best girls' trips are the ones where you like laugh so hard you almost pee your pants. Or now that we're in our late 40s, you do pee your pants.
Yes, that's true. More as a contest of who can pee their pants first and
Yes,
I
and you
did.
just like connect, and then you feel like you're not the only bronze medal mom. Like you connect, but then there's the ugly ones, and I know you can relate to this, like the
Yeah.
ones where someone gets butt hurt, or the
Mm,
classic silent tension between two people who pretend everything's okay while everyone else is like planning their escape route because it's so awkward.
yes.
Or the one where the one girlfriend drinks too much and suddenly starts crying about something that happened in 2008. Like, listen,
Okay, I'm not the one that will drink too much and cry. I am the friend that drinks too much and then like leaves oddly
oh
or just goes in another room.
no.
And I've had several that like one time there was just a really nice big bathtub in our hotel and we were all drinking and all of a sudden I just wander off and they're like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "This bathtub's really nice."
So, okay, note to self, next girls trip with Amanda, put an air tag on her.
Because I will wander off 100%. 100% I'll
I
wander off. No, the I did have another girls trip that we went on. Were having so much fun. I really liked this trip too because it was a beach trip. And a lot of the people on the trip had just had baby number one or two. So
yeah.
maybe we weren't feeling super confident in our bodies, but we were going and we were
Yeah.
going to wear the swimsuit and it was so much fun. We had the most fun, but then on like night two, we get back to the hotel room and one of the girls just starts going off on like, what's that girl's problem? And we were all like, no, 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 no. I thought we were happy. And she's like, oh, I just can't stand her. And I was like, God dang it. There had to be one. It was
Well,
going so smoothly.
you're like, dang it. Well, I actually just, so I just got back from a girls' trip with eight, but I guess 2 weekends before I went to Mexico, which is two girlfriends. So it was a girls' trip of three.
Right.
And we had the best time because on this trip, we spent a lot of time and I learned a new word. Have you
First
heard
of
of the
all,
word?
also a girls' trip to the beach with just three girls sounds like an episode of White Lotus, but
Oh,
go back.
yeah.
Let me
No,
hear
yeah.
your new word.
There was no White Lotus. We spent a lot of time Herkel Durkling. Do you know what a Herkel Durkle is?
I'm thinking like Steve Urkel is what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, no, I had never heard this before. So when we went to Mexico, we stayed at a great resort. And I mean, there were times where like we would just go back to the room and have like a really late dinner. And we just stayed in bed in our like robes. And sometimes we would just all be in the same room, but like scrolling our phones, or like we watched something on Netflix. And they were like, this has been a great Herkel Durkle. And I'm like, wait, what? What the? What? So a Herkel Durkle is a Scottish term, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, for like lying in bed or just lounging around after, like, instead of being like up doing something productive. And
So like just
apparently,
chilling. It's like just chilling.
just chilling. And apparently, a Herkel Durkle has been around since the 1800s and it's considered a form of self care or relaxation. And I had never ever heard the word before in my whole life.
Is it like a siesta?
No, because you don't sleep. You're just
Oh, because you don't
lounging.
sleep. You're
No,
just
it's not.
chilling.
You're just chilling. And so we Herkel Durkled together. Yeah, like, I don't know. So
Interesting.
that's what we did. I mean, we had pool time in Mexico, and then we Herkel Durkled, and then we go out for a great, nice dinner and have some cocktails, and it was great. But this trip that I just got back from yesterday, we went to Disney World.
Yes,
And
which I told you this, and people aren't going to like me when
well,
I say this. And it's actually, this is what I always bring up whenever someone's like, there's that post going around, like, say something that you know people don't know about you and they might not like you for it. And I'm like, I'm going to tell you right now. I do not like when grown women dress up for Disney World. I think it looks weird. I think it looks like you're trying to be showy. I don't care for it. And yet your silly little trip made me jealous. That I was like, oh, I want to dress up. That's cute.
So you're right. We went, and I know a lot of things about Disney. I have been to Disney several times. It is not my first choice of a vacation, even with my kiddos. So I don't consider myself a Disney adult at all.
You
There were
look like one.
Well, there were several Disney adults on the trip, but what I did know, I know what Disney bounding is. So, and that's so on this trip, we wanted to do two things. Ooh, we went to drink around the world at Epcot,
Yes,
and
and
then
you had the tattoos. That was
we
so
did got
cute.
the tattoos with every country to check it off. Um,
So cute.
and then the next day we did the monorail pub crawl, and we all had matching T-shirts. We did the mono where you get on the
So cute.
monorail and you get off at different hotel bars and get back on, and
Which
um,
let's just say this too, though. If you're gonna do those two events, it probably is a good idea to wear matching shirts or be dressed in a certain way that you can find each other easily.
exactly, right. And the reason, so we did not want to do matching shirts at Epcot because you're outside the whole time and Florida is hot. And
Yeah.
we wanted to wear like those athletic dresses.
Yes, cute.
So we decided to do Disney bounding. Do you know what Disney bounding is? It's what you hate.
No.
Okay, it's where you
I'm
dress
learning
up.
all types of new phrases
You
today.
are. It's where you dress up as a character without dressing up as a character. Because you're not allowed to dress up at Disney World because they don't want kids to be confused.
Oh, I didn't know
So
that, but that makes total sense.
you're not allowed to wear a costume because they don't want anyone except the actual characters being in character. But you can Disney bound. So like if you wanted to be, so I was Figment. And most people are like,
Love Figment.
"Oh, yay, you're my people." There were several girls on the trip were like, "Who the heck is Figment?" I'm like,
Oh
"What?"
my gosh, I had a Figment growing up in my
Yes.
room.
So to be Figment, I wore a light purple athletic dress,
Cute.
and then I had Figment mouse ears. And then I actually had a pair, they were Adelaide's because she loved Figment. I had a pair of knee socks that were Figment that had like his little horns.
Okay, we need to put this in our on the Instagram page, um, or on our website. Do you know what Figment is?
Yes, right? Do you know? So we all Disney
Did
bounded
we
it
just
up.
age ourselves with Figment? But I think I had Figment on a lunchbox. I loved Figment.
I loved Figment. And he kind of, because he came, in like early 80s, and he kind of
Yeah.
went away for a little bit, and then he's made a resurgence and he's cool again.
He better because it's awesome. I
He's
love
very
Figment.
cool. He's very cool. But that's what we did. And you're right. We drank around the world. And let me tell you, it's so funny. So there were nine women. Four of us were in our 40s. I'm 48, so I definitely was the oldest. There were
But
several.
you didn't look the oldest by any means.
Well, thank you. There were several of them who I was 15 years their senior. They were like not even 35 yet.
Wow.
So those of us though that were in our 40s, it's so funny. We were like, "Oh my gosh, when you plan a girls trip in your 20s, the text messages are like, who's bringing the vodka? I've got the beer. I'm bringing Doritos." Like that's it, right?
Do you
Not,
remember how to make a Jello shot? Did
yeah.
anyone bring something for breakfast? I have
Yes,
no idea.
not girls' trips in your 40s. It was
No.
like, okay, who's bringing the water? I've got the antacids. We need more protein. Can somebody like it was like so
We
what
need
we
more
did
protein.
so what we did, we drank if you drink around the world, you have to have a drink at one of each of the 11 countries.
Yeah, so it's 11 drinks.
I would go to the hospital. That is
Yeah.
not what we did. So what we did is there were several countries where we're like, I'm getting my own drink because I love that drink. So, like in Mexico, you always get the avocado margarita. It is the best margarita ever.
Mexico is my favorite place in Epcot. It's magic.
It's so fun. It's so fun. So, but then other countries, there wasn't a drink. Like in France, I'm like, I'm getting my own glass of champagne. I'm getting my own, what is it? It's like a frozen Grand Marnier slush or something. Everyone has their favorite drinks that we don't
Yeah.
share. other ones, and it was also Food and Wine Fest, so that made it fun.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, but the other countries, you get a drink. Like in China, we're like, what are we getting in China? And so we got a drink, one, and then we tasted it. We're like, oh, that's good. So we're only going to split that among two people. Like, I want half of it.
Oh, that's smart. So you're not
Or, yeah,
tumbling through
yeah.
Epcot.
Or you taste a drink and you're like, that's disgusting. We're splitting it among all of us and we're only taking one drink each and
Yeah.
we're totally counting that country. So anyway, um,
But
so
you're right. You're right. People do it and they're like stumbling out.
oh, they're stumbling out because yeah, it is a lot and they're not like for $25 a drink, they're not watering those suckers down.
No, no, they're
Yeah.
not.
Yeah, but we had fun. But there are some rules I think we need to talk about for girls' trips because they don't happen by accident.
No.
They're super fun to plan, but you really need to know how to travel with friends and like who to invite, or else they can be like my Napa trip that was just awful, awful, awful.
All right. Well, give us your rule number one.
No drama.
Yes.
100%. No drama. I'm not here for tension, tears, toxic energy. I don't want anyone getting butthurt. Like it's an emotional carry-on only trip.
And I will say, emotions, it is a good catch up with your friends. It's not a therapy session.
Right, right. Well,
So
and
you go to
let,
the therapist if you need a therapist. It doesn't mean you're not going to, talk to your friends about, something your husband does or how you're
yeah.
struggling with your kids or something like that's fine. But you don't want to all of a sudden be like, hey, girls trip, I've been having an affair for 4 years. Like,
Oh, well,
what? Go
wait,
talk
wait,
to
wait.
somebody else.
Wait, I don't know. Maybe. Wait a minute. That's a
Wait,
good
maybe
piece
tell me
of
more.
gossip.
I don't know.
No, no,
Later.
no. Well, what I don't want on a girls' trip is I don't want somebody at the front of the line talking shit about somebody at the back of the line or trying to stir up drama or accusing someone of something. Like I ain't too old for
Also,
that. I ain't got time
you
for that. There,
can't, I really do not understand women in their 40s. So I just had one of my really good friends turn 50.
hmm.
And she was telling me, she was like, guys, we thought it was good in our 40s. It's even better. I care even less. And I was like, yes, I cannot imagine someone in their 40s still being a pot stirrer
Oh,
and trying to
okay.
stir up drama. Like, what?
Listen,
Who has the time for
I
that?
think we all know, especially because I love to travel, and so I'll travel. And you invite me on a trip, I will always say yes.
Yeah,
There are people that you learn I'm friends with, but I don't travel with. Like you
no.
gotta have, like so no drama is the number one rule.
All
Number
right, rule number two,
yeah,
you
yeah,
do you.
yes,
If you want to nap while we shop, nap. If
yes,
you want to stay in your robe all day, live your truth. Nobody gets mad about anyone vacations.
right.
Use my friend as an example who went on a ski trip but didn't ski.
Yes. Right, exactly.
She paid for the ski lesson. She got the cute outfit and she
Right,
just didn't do
right.
it.
And like if you have eight, nine, 10 women, we are not all staying together all the time. That is
No,
exhausting and chaos. So you're right. Like if you want to go back, so we were at Epcot, and for the most part, we did try to stay together because we wanted to. We're all friends. We're
also
having,
you're at Epcot. Like it's a you're
yeah,
all doing the same,
right.
you're all at
And
the
we
same
wanted like
place.
we're doing it all the same. We're like checking off our countries all the same, right? But at one point, um, some people wanted we were headed to France, and some people were like, "Oh, I got a potty," or "I want to get this food," and we're like, "Okay, like I'm going to France to get a drink. We'll meet you guys there." Okay,
Yeah.
like you have to be okay being the one to go and break from the group, but you also have to be okay when other people break from the group. Like it goes both ways, right? Like,
Although that I will say this is another example though. I told you our Napa trip, we all showed up at different times.
mhm,
Like you just said, you have to be okay missing out if you
right,
separate from the group
right.
because I showed up later and of course, all the girls but me, I was the last one to show up. All the girls but me took this adorable picture of all of them in the vineyards and the whole trip, I was like, we need to recreate that picture. And then finally, I was like, no, we don't. I missed it. Move on.
Yeah, right. But you can't get upset
Sorry,
about
sucker.
Right, right. And
So they all have this cute picture and I'm not in. They're like, remember this trip? And I'm like, not in that one.
exactly.
Cool.
Now, when it does get awkward is if somebody is like, "Oh, I don't like Epcot." And like like why'd
But
you
they go to
right, right. That didn't
then
happen.
don't
That
come.
did not happen. That was my Napa trip.
I cannot believe that. Yeah, I'm not
But
really a
really, you
wine
really have to
person.
be
Don't
okay.
come to Napa.
And like this didn't just happen. We've been in a group chat forever planning it. Like people knew what the plan was, right? And
She just wanted
so
to be a part of that group chat.
right,
It's
I
like,
don't
I
know.
just want to be friends with these people.
Right. Okay, so number one rule, no drama. Number two rule, you do you, boo. Number three, we split the grocery bill.
Yes.
Like, I am not nickel and diming a girls' trip. Um, we assume we ate all the snacks, we drank all the wine. Just Venmo your share and move on.
And there's even, we have used this before on our family trips because Chris's family is so large and there's so many kids
Mhm.
that people will run. Like, for example, if I run to the grocery store to get popsicles for my kid because my kid wants popsicles, well, I'm not coming back and being like, those popsicles are for Raleigh only.
Yeah.
Like, no,
No.
everyone's getting popsicles. It's over. So there's actually an app that you just enter your bill. You just enter what you spent. And like, if there was something like, maybe you bought tampons on
Right.
that trip. Just take that out of your bill
Yeah.
because you're not sharing those.
Right.
So you
Exactly.
would take it out, you put your bill, and then it splits it up for you at the end. And it's like,
Oh,
hey, so and so this, so and so this, done.
that is so nice.
And
Yeah.
there's no like bickering. There's no like, you're all in it and you're like, we all entered our stuff. And if you didn't enter your stuff, then that's why you owe more money.
Yeah.
But like, no, you can't nickel and dime and coast on a girls' trip.
Exactly. No, no. And you know, and you gotta Venmo your share. You cannot be the girl that we're chasing down who like never pays. Like that's not fun either.
Right.
But literally on that Napa trip, there was one girl who was like looking in the fridge. She's like, I don't eat eggs. I didn't eat cheese. I'm not gonna eat that. I'm not take all that. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. There are 10 of us. We're dividing the grocery bill by 10 by 10.
Right. Try eggs. You'll
Yeah,
like them.
try eggs or
Move on.
don't. I don't care, but we're splitting this. I'm not doing it. So, and when we went to Epcot this time, there were times where, um, so several of the women lived in Florida. They're like season pass holders, so we would get a discount when we put it all on one bill.
Yeah.
So, like when we went to Mexico, it was like a $400 tab, and I'm like, I'll pay it. But then they were all great. Like immediately before we left Mexico, they're dividing up everything, including tip, and they all Venmoed me before we even had left Mexico. So like
Easy.
those are the girls I want to travel with again.
Yeah. That make
Yeah.
it easy. And you don't ever go into a girls' trip budget conscious. You don't want to like, you're not made of money,
Right.
but you're not like, ooh, I'm gonna save money in Napa. No, you're not.
Right.
You're
Right.
not.
Right.
It's not gonna
Exactly.
happen.
Not gonna
You're
happen.
not gonna be saving money this trip.
And honestly, like you said, like I don't expect somebody to split the grocery bill if I bought tampons and hairspray and like
Right.
personal stuff. I'm talking like, that's what we did this time. One of the girls lived there, so she stopped and got like room snacks because when you get back to the room after drinking around the world, you're gonna want some sneaky snacks.
Yeah. Your little
And
carbs.
yeah, and
Soak it all up.
we had two rooms and like some of the girls were gluten free, and so she got gluten free snacks, she got regular snacks, and I was like, I
Oh, look at her being kind.
she was so kind, but I told everyone in the group chat. This was not even my trip, mind you. But I told everybody in the chat ahead of time. I was like, "Listen, girlfriend is going to go get us all snacks. We're all splitting it by 10 or by 8 or whatever." Like there's no
Gluten-free people are not just paying for gluten-free snacks.
no, if there's zero discussion. We're just splitting it and moving on.
So that brings us to rule number 4.
Yes.
Go with the flow.
Oh,
Not every moment needs an itinerary, and sometimes the spontaneity is part of the fun and the best memory.
it's so true. Some of my best memories are things we did that were not planned and we like stumbled upon by accident.
I will say we have actually this is from that ski trip. It is a bachelorette party now that I think about it. Um this is so funny. It sounds so weird. This girl, I haven't talked to her in years. She's married with kids now. She doesn't wear pants,
Oh,
only skirts.
okay.
She's a skirt person, and she's not like a super girly girl. She just wears skirts or shorts. She doesn't wear pants. She doesn't like the feeling of fabric around her legs. She doesn't like it. You would think that's not a big deal. It is a big deal when you're in Colorado and it's negative 15.
Right.
And
Right.
so this whole time, she's walking around in a skirt, and we end up taking this one like spontaneous picture where we all turn around and we're like, it's negative 15 and she's in a skirt. And it's one of our favorite pictures because it's just so silly. And we were just walking down the street. It wasn't planned, it wasn't on the itinerary. We didn't know this was going to be a thing, but it was so much fun and nobody cared.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so
Go
fun.
with it.
Yeah, go with it. And the other thing too that go with the flow rule means is you cannot be someone who is so, it comes across as selfish, but it's like you're so particular in things to do that you, you
You ruin everybody else's good time.
well, yeah, you do because like, oh no, I'll only eat here. Well, yeah, no. What? No. Or
No.
or you have to be the one to bless every decision. Like that doesn't happen either. Now,
No.
ahead of time, especially if you're going someplace like Disney, you're like, I have to go on this ride. I have to eat at this place. Let us know ahead of time. We will work that
Right. If
into
people
the itinerary
know.
and people know. But like when we're in the moment and we're like, okay, we're starving, let's go eat. And you have somebody who's like, well, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. And like, yeah, that's not, you got to go with the flow, sister.
Well, and
Like,
if you tell it ahead of time, then they're like, "Oh, but we have to go do this. This was Amy's thing. We gotta
yeah. And
go." Then
well, and
everyone's
what
excited for you instead of you being all butt hurt. You didn't get to go to your thing.
exactly. But what was funny on this trip is they had us ride the Figment ride, which is like the most lame ride in the park. They've
It
not
really
updated
is.
it
It's
is.
still so great.
And they have not updated it since like 1981.
Don't
And
need to. Still good.
oh, and it's almost like an acid trip on one section with all these like neon. And one of the girls, she was like, "Yeah, Amy, this is your favorite ride." I'm like, "No, it isn't." They're like, "Why are we on it?" I'm like, "I don't know, but I love that you thought it made us all go on it."
They're like, "It's what you're dressed as."
Yeah, they're like,
Why
"It's
aren't you in heaven right now?
yeah, exactly, exactly." But
Or
you're right.
it's
If
like
people know ahead of time,
the It's
like,
a Small World tour or ride. That ride is boring as all get out, but
oh,
it's like
that's my
do
daughter's
it.
favorite ride.
Yeah, it's like a classic, but it's not exciting.
My favorite ride is also one of the most boring. It's the Carousel of Progress over in Tomorrowland at Magic Kingdom. I love that dang ride.
I love it. Do you know, I was really upset and really sad when they changed the song. They updated the song and it's more modern now.
They did. They changed Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow.
No, there used to be a song in there that was, now is the time. Now is the best
Ah.
time. Now is the best time of your life. And then now it's Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I was there in the 80s for the original song. It was
Look
amazing.
at you. Look at you. Well, rule number 5, and this is a good rule, but we have some caveats. So everyone packs their own Advil and a charger because no one wants to be the pharmacy or the power bank because we do that all the time as moms anyway.
True.
However, when you're on a girls' trip, like we share all the things.
Yeah, I would say that. But no, like if you've got to borrow someone's charger because you're like, "Oh, I left mine back at the hotel." That's fine. But don't like come with nothing.
Yeah, don't be the
Don't
needy.
assume
Right.
you're going to be taken care of.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, you're right. I will let you use any of my stuff, but like not because like you didn't think because you're needy and like you didn't think.
Well, and I think that's the nail on the head right there, too. Actually, this ties into Rule 6 pretty well. So we're going to jump to Rule 6 too.
Jump to rule
But I
6.
think you hit the nail on the head. We're moms all the time.
Yeah.
We want to go on a girls' trip and be adults. That's rule number 6. We are adults. Nobody wants to babysit anyone physically, emotionally, with your Advil or your power bank. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to be in charge of you the second we get on this trip.
Exactly.
I want to
Exactly.
be in charge of me.
Yes. Yes. So true. But what like I said though, on this trip we're all getting ready And it was the athletic dress day, and I had a little two-piece that I think it was more of like a tennis outfit. It had like a skirt with the built-in shorts and then like a tank top.
I think that's so genius to wear those for Florida weather. I bet you were
Oh
so
yeah.
comfortable.
It's the only thing I'll wear now like that outside like that. So comfortable. But the top did not have bra like pads. And it was very thin material. So I was like, I brought my nipple covers to wear. But when I put them on, the material was so thin, you could see these giant round nipple covers. I'm like, well, might as well let my nipples hang out. But one of the
Would you
girls,
rather let people see your nipples or think you have ginormous nipples?
right, but here's how you know you're on a trip with a bunch of nice women. None of them are letting me leave looking bad, right? And
Yes.
and another one, like she gave me her cakes, which I've been wanting to try anyway. Cakes are like great, like nipple covers, like, and I love them. They were so great. So now I'm gonna buy the cakes because she let me wear a spare pair that she had brought.
Yes. I love that.
I
I
do
love
too.
that.
I love that. And it's so refreshing to go on a girls' trip where no one is trying to one up anybody.
Right.
We all want everyone to look cute. We all want everyone to like be in the photo. You know what I mean?
Yes, we all want to be happy. We all want to have fun.
Right. But I also don't want to feel like I have to compete and like put on all my makeup and go over the top because other people are going to be judging me if I don't. Like that's exhausting. I ain't got
Right.
time for that. Yeah.
Well, and it's funny that we say this our rule number six was we're all adults and we don't want to take care of other people. I have an example where I was the baby,
Oh, yes. Yes.
but not intentionally the baby.
Oh,
So we took a girls' trip to Scottsdale, Arizona. This was a big trip. Like
I was on this trip.
you were on this trip, it was like 30 women
Oh, yeah.
in this huge mansion. We had so much fun on
Mhm.
this trip. It was this group of girls. There wasn't dry. It was such a great trip.
Real quick though,
Well, one day, I think it's about four or five of us, we decided to go shopping in downtown Scottsdale, which if you haven't been to downtown Scottsdale, it's like a little two-street thing that it's like old little boutiques and shops, and it's super cute, like cobblestone road, very, very fun, very, very cool. I would like to also say we are stone cold sober while we're shopping. Stone cold sober. And we decide, we're like, well, let's go back to the house and have a glass of wine or something, and then we'll grab dinner. And we're like, okay. And I was like, well, let's go over to this other side of the street real quick. I wanted to check out that other shop. And they're like, cool. And so I blissfully, because I'm having such a magical time, jump off the curb onto the street, but it happened to be a street where it was going into the gutter, so it was on an angle. And I broke my foot, but in breaking my foot, I'd never broken a bone before in my life. So, what I've been told is that I broke my foot, but then I immediately like face planted into the hood of this car next to me. And so what my friends saw, they didn't know I broke my foot. They just saw me like catapult my face into a car.
they thought you broke your face because they saw it ricochet off the back of a hood. They thought you broke your face and your neck.
And they're just standing there like, what the hell is happening?
Oh my
So
God.
they had to call me an Uber. But the reason, so I had broken my foot. We still had what, a day or two left of the trip.
Yeah.
I broke my foot. I got crutches. But the thing was, this was like a health and wellness group trip. So we had a doctor and like
That's
four
right.
nurses
That's right.
and two physical therapists in our group of 30 women. I'm telling you, if you're going to break something,
Yeah,
do it in a group of medical professionals.
that's right.
I had them coming up to me and they're like, okay, you took your Tylenol, but you haven't had any protein in the last 15 minutes. We really want to make sure your protein intake is up. Can I bring you some chicken? And I'm like,
Yes.
yes,
Yes.
please.
That's right. That's right.
And so
Oh my
I
goodness.
still, but I did end up having quite the concussion because of my face slam into the car that I didn't realize I had. And that's when the whole group realized how bad I snored because during meetings, I would fall asleep and just be out because I had a concussion.
It's so good that you can laugh about it.
I will tell you, the funny thing was, I had gone on a girls' trip before that and come home, and we had just Rue and Roger at the time, but they were little. They were little, little. And so Chris is not a fan of he's not a fan of girl trips with little babies at home because babies are not his jam.
Mhm.
Which, and I don't say that negatively.
Right.
He
It's a
loves
fact.
babies. He snuggles on babies. He's great with the kids. He likes kids that
Mhm.
he can like. Let's go to the arcade or let's
Yeah.
go to the park or let's play outside. Like a little squishy, like whiny,
Yeah.
didn't sleep at night. He's like, ah.
Yeah.
So it was not his jam that I left. But I'd gone on a girls' trip, come back, and I had the flu. So I was out for like a whole week. Then I go on this trip to Scottsdale, Arizona, and I come back with a broken foot. And he was like, "You are not going on any more trips
You're
for a
never
year."
leaving. You're never leaving this house again.
He's like, "You keep coming back broken."
Well, I am raising my daughter Adelaide up to know the importance of a girls' trip. In fact, in November, my husband used to go hunting uh, on a trip, and then my friend Kim and I, who is Aunt Kim to my daughter, would take a girls' trip. Well, we would take Adelaide. Like, listen, this there are definitely going to be some gold medal moms judging me for this one, and maybe I'll post it in our Instagram. But I have a great photo of Adelaide asleep in her stroller with two puppies, my dog and Kim's dog, at one of the wineries in Fredericksburg because we took her with us to Fredericksburg, and we're like doing a taste.
That you can do that.
Okay, okay. But no, so it was after that trip. So we've taken her to Fredericksburg, we've taken her to Waco. It was after the Fredericksburg one. She was in daycare because she was like 2 or 3. And the daycare told me every day at show and tell, they'd be like, "What'd you do this weekend?" And Adelaide said, "I can't tell you." And I said, "Well, why can't you tell us what you did?" Adelaide said, "Because
They're
what
like
happened."
CPS is on it's on hold.
Right. But you know what Adelaide said? She goes, "Because what happens on a girl's trip stays on a girl's trip." Which is what we told her that whole weekend, right? Like jokingly, what happens on a girls'
Like,
trip?
thanks,
And
Amy.
she went
Thanks.
right to school and she told them what happens on a girls' trip stays on a girls' trip.
Hey, truer words from the mouths of babes.
Yeah, no, it doesn't stay now because of Instagram and or just social media. Nothing's that
No,
happens stays on
nothing's.
the trip. No,
What
no.
happens on a girl's trip is posted on social media for years and years to come.
Yes. Well, in fact, I was putting stuff in my stories, and Adelaide is on Instagram. And so she was seeing my stories, and her other friend, who's not on Instagram, was watching the stories. Her mom was also on the trip. Her mom told me this morning that her daughter was like, "Man, you guys must have been drunk because, like, you checked off 11 countries." And she was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, girlfriend. Listen, listen. One, we were not. Two, well, actually, one, it's none of your business. Two, we were not. Three, we shared drinks. So calm down." But anyway, we can just wrap this episode up that it is so needed. I love girls trips. I'm ready to plan the next one.
Well,
This
and I
is
think let's leave with this note.
okay.
When in doubt, plan the girls' trip.
Yeah.
Like Amy said, it does not need to be fancy. It does not need to be skiing. It does not need to be Napa. It could be a friend's lake house. We did one in Fredericksburg at just a VRBO. We all got together and split it. It was super cheap, super easy. It could be at a hotel downtown.
Yep.
It could be at your house, but you kick everyone else out.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
point is just to have time to feel like yourself again, recharge your battery, and remember the awesome person that you are, even when you're trying to, dig goldfish out of your car or change a diaper while they're standing up,
Yeah. You actually come back a better mom, better wife when you're recharged from a girls trip.
unless you have the flu and a broken bone
Broken face.
and a broken face. My face didn't
Actually,
break.
you
I didn't have
didn't
any
yeah.
bruises on my
You
face.
didn't break your face. Like they thought you did. I remember, but you
But
didn't. So,
man, that foot swelled up. It's
man.
gross.
Oh, all right, Bronze Medal moms, book the trip and let us know some of your favorite girls' trip memories.
All right, bye, guys.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to our moms on Bronze Medal Moms. Don't forget to subscribe, share with your friends, and leave us a review. We'd love to hear from you. See you soon.